Welcome to Josh's Cemetery Chats. How's it going out there? So, it's been a minute since we've done any of these cemetery chats. So in case you're new here, in case you maybe you just stumbled upon this randomly, you've never heard of a cemetery chat before, and this is the first video you've ever seen, I'm Josh Bearheart. This is my wife, Bunny. We sit out here and talk in cemeteries about random topics. That's what we were doing. So this is officially season 3 of Cemetery Chats. The first 2 seasons were mostly me talking about different things in front of the camera, and I had Fred Skellington, who's my vice president of Bearheart Nation, sitting next to me in the chair. He was kind of quiet, so we had to let him go as far as being the co-host. He will be coming back though, and you'll notice as we go closer to Halloween, we're going to get more stuff coming up in the background, and we're going to be in various cemeteries. We've got a main cemetery that we shoot in. We're in a different one today because it's raining in different areas, and this was the one dry spot, at least for now. It's going to be raining here soon, so we got to get through these. So, but yeah, past few months, we left off in December, where we had done a few cemetery chats together. We were planning on doing more going into the new year, and then just life happened. Things got in the way, weather got bad. We just didn't get out to do any more cemetery chats, and it's been a hell of a few months, a hell of a year. 2023 has, I think. Especially going into, last in July, I was out for basically a month. I got bit by a spider on the back of my leg here. Went to the hospital, had a whole bunch of stuff happen, so I was down for an entire month there. But I was still making content over on my main channel. So if you're not aware, this is a secondary channel. I have a main channel where I write stories, where I do different things. I've got live streams over there. I've got... what all do I do over there? I do a lot of stuff over there. Basically, live streams and stories are the 2 big things, and a podcast. I've got a podcast that I started back in late May. It's only 6 episodes in. It would have been more had I not been out for an entire month, but it's got 6 episodes, and it's every other Sunday that the podcast releases on podcast platforms as well as YouTube. So if you like podcasts, go to Apple or Spotify or Amazon or wherever you get your podcasts, and you'll be able to find it there. So all of that, I wanted to make sure to lead in with where we've been and what's going on, and looking forward to season 3. We've got a lot of cool topics to talk about, and Bunny's going to be joining me for all of it. She's the new co-host, so she's going to be sharing her thoughts and opinions. Yay! She had a YouTube channel that she was trying to get off the ground, but she kind of got busy and she just wasn't able to do it on a regular basis. So this is at least a surrogate until we get to a point where she can do it more often. She can share her thoughts and opinions here. So it'll be some fun. Today's video, actually, this is the first one for season 3. We're breaking in big time. So in today's episode, we're actually going to be talking about aliens. Wait, where are you going?
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess while whatever she's doing, I'll talk about the history. So aliens, I personally don't believe aliens are visiting, but we'll go with the beginning of the kind of alien theories, I guess. Looking back at Roswell in 1947, there was a UFO that supposedly crashed there. And I say supposedly because it was actually a weather balloon that crashed in Roswell in 1947. And realistically, within a couple of months of that whole event happening in late July, it was kind of forgotten about. Until the 1960s or so, when a guy came forward and said that he had actually worked in Area 51, which was known a little bit at that time, and it's actually a base in New Mexico. Wow. It's a base in Nevada where they test secret planes and that kind of stuff. But this guy said that he worked in Nevada, and he'd seen alien bodies and alien spacecraft and all this kind of stuff, and it kind of drudged everything up. And from that point on, the whole UFO thing and conspiracies became this huge deal. And it more so over time, it became more of like a fringe conspiracy theory, I guess. But a lot of people still believe that aliens are visiting Earth. So much so that actually in 2023, so this year, a man named, I believe it was David Grusch, retired Major David Grusch. I believe he was an Air Force major. I don't check things necessarily all the time. I believe that's what he was. He was a retired major, I do know that. He went before Congress, and he had this whole thing where he was basically telling them that he knew for a fact that we have crashed alien spacecraft that we've been reverse engineering, that he had heard through the grapevine, basically, that we have bodies of aliens that have been in these crashed spaceships. And it's insane. And it's something that has become such an unhinged conspiracy, and it's become so wild. So I thought it would be fun to talk about that today. And what in the world? Okay. Tinfoil hat time?
Oh, well, they're not going to read my mind, but perhaps yours, because you're not wearing one.
Okay, well, you can keep that. One of us will be safe. We'll see which one. So, like I said at the very beginning, I don't believe that aliens have visited Earth. There's this thing. There's a couple of things. The Drake equation and the now I can't remember the other term. I'll put it here. There's another term.
Was it because of my foil hat?
It's your tinfoil hat threw me off. But there's a couple of ways that we look at whether or not aliens could exist in the universe, and whether or not they would be visiting us. The Drake equation is basically an equation that goes over like the likelihood of alien life on other planets. And I tend to believe that somewhere in the universe, it's a big universe. There's a lot of other stars out there, a lot of other planets. There's going to be life on other planets. What I don't buy into is that life has left their star and somehow managed to find us. It's this thing where we tend to think that we're the center of the universe. We always have, in one way or another. It used to be the literal center of the universe when we realized that the sun was the center of a galaxy, or the center of, not even the galaxy, the sun is the center of our solar system, and we're not even the center of the galaxy, let alone the universe. That kind of changed a little bit from a physical standpoint, but we still think of ourselves as the center of, we are the special people, whether it's for religious reasons where you believe that a God has chosen people on Earth as special, or aliens choosing Earth or coming to Earth as if we're like the center of the world. They want to study us, they want to find out more about us.
Maybe we got lucky.
I mean, maybe we did get lucky. Maybe they just wound up finding us and saying, ooh, let's check these people out. It just doesn't make any sense. And think about it this way. These aliens have the technology to make it all the way across the universe. And they find us, and they come to our planet. But they are not intelligent enough to go without being detected. They fly around in the skies like it doesn't matter. And somehow they crash. And they keep crashing, apparently, because we keep having people come out of the woodwork. Bob Lazar, that's the name I couldn't think of. I was trying to think of the guy's name from the 1960s. Bob Lazar was the first one, and then David Grusch is the newest one, saying that, oh, they're crashing and we're finding their spacecraft. It's insane. It's not true. Aliens are not visiting Earth.
Who'd want to land here anyway? I mean, look at us.
That's true.
With all the wars and everything going on.
Yeah, we're kind of destroying ourselves. And a lot of these theories, the reason why they focus so much on Roswell in the 1940s is because the biggest idea is that aliens witnessed us discovering atomic energy and discovering the nuclear bomb and setting off the first nuclear bomb. And that supposedly was the thing that they were like, hey, these guys are players now. But the reality is that, like, the nuclear bomb, as big as an explosion as we can make, it ain't shit compared to what some kind of intergalactic species is going to have. Watch a show like Star Wars. Star Wars, Star Trek, with laser beams and all that kind of stuff. And they would have far more advanced weaponry and technology than we could ever even conceive of. Maybe the stuff we've thought of is just like infinitesimal in what we could actually have. So the fact that we would think that we're so special, these aliens would come and they would
probe you.
They would
dissect you.
Abduct us. Woo! I don't think I want to probe. You?
Nope.
That would not be my ideal situation. But like the fact that we would have this in our minds that like, well, we're so special that the aliens come down and probe us. It's like being on Tinder, or
Watch Futurama.
Futurama. Oh my god. There was an episode of Futurama. You talking about the Bigfoot episode?
The one where, I think it's the one where they have the golf course.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
Well, there's that one, but there's also the Bigfoot episode where Fry gets abducted by aliens and they take his. Well, I think they take his balls. I think his human testicles are like a special delicacy or something. I can't remember. It's been forever since I've seen that episode. But yeah, Into the Wild Green Yonder, the movie she's talking about. We've got that too. Futurama does a great job of nailing down what alien life would be like. But yeah, so honestly, I want to know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think aliens are visiting Earth? Do you think that, are you worried about being abducted? Or do you think it's more of an... Do you think if aliens are visiting Earth, is it more of an Independence Day scenario? Where like, one day they just make themselves known and then go blow everything up? Or Mars attacks, something like that? Or is it more of a scenario where like, we come in peace, here we are, we're bringing you technology? What do you guys think? Are aliens visiting Earth? And if so, what is the purpose? What are they trying to accomplish? So let me know down in the comments below what you think about that. I think for a debut, for a return episode, this isn't too bad, right?
Nope.
I mean, the conspiracy theory thing, the whole hat, I've got to say, but...
Hey, at least one of us is protected.
I mean, yeah, I suppose. Maybe that's why I'm making this episode. Maybe. Okay, she's wearing the tinfoil hat to keep the government out, right? Maybe they got it in my head, and they were like, okay, you need to make an episode and convince people that aliens aren't real, so that they won't believe it anymore.
Could be.
I can't prove that that's not true.
But then again, we are talking about the government, so...
I think we should probably end it on that note. We don't want anybody coming in and like, if Men in Black show up at my house, I can't let you guys know if Men in Black show up at my house. But maybe I'll figure something out. I'll blink in a future episode or something. I don't know. But that's all we got for today. Like I said, this is season 3. We're getting back into it. We got some really cool stuff to talk about throughout the fall, especially. I'm not sure if we're gonna make this a fall only thing where it's like September, October, November, December, and then we end it for season 3 and go on to another season. I don't know how we're gonna do it yet. We're playing it by ear. I'm literally planning this. Like I said before, the other channel is all year long. The other channel is stories. I released a book, by the way. I should have brought that over here. Maybe I'll show that in the next video. I released a book this year that I think I talked briefly about last year, but we never really got into it. So maybe I'll share that in the next video. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and you like the video and all that kind of stuff for the algorithm, because ultimately we're trying to grow this channel aside from the other channels, because like either one taking off would be awesome at this point. So that's all I got for now. I'll put the patron names up in between us here because we have patrons. I got to remember to do that at the beginning of videos too. You got to remind me.
Well, I got the tinfoil hat.
Your tinfoil hat should make sure you remind me. All right. Well, everybody have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.